by the time I finish chopping y'all in the damn throat, y'all ain't gonna be able to swallow nothing.
Well, damn. What's going on? What's going on, good people?
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing this evening? I'm Lamar, it's my brother, Casey Fowler, and we are going to episode 104 of the Fowl Language Podcast.
Yes, sir. So, like every episode, man, get your accessories right. Put your headphones on if you at work. Put the kiddies to bed because you might just hear some foul language. Let's get it, man. Let's go.
Got that right. Roll the intro.
Perfect.
So now that we've run the intro, like our family talks about so much, we can start cussing now, if that's correct. So, before we kick things off, I don't know why I've been forgetting the banners lately. So we got these accessories. So, brother, what accessories did you bring this evening? Let me guess, vodka and cranberry.
Vodka and cranberry, goddamn right, in a different cup though.
Oh,
no, different cup.
the old school cup, bringing it back.
And then for my smoking accessory, I got a Romeo e Julieta, the Reserva Real 1875. This guy right here, man. It's, I always like the Romeo e Julietas, if I'm saying that right. I'm probably butchering it, but who gives a fuck? Yeah, smoking pretty good, man. Got a little spice to me. I know you've had it before. I don't know if you had the spicy taste.
I don't remember.
But yeah, it's a little spicy, but not bad. Burning real good. Burn line's pretty gnarly. Yeah, that's mine, man. What you got going on tonight?
So for tonight, still ain't changing. If it's still over 100 degrees during the day and 95 at night, I'm still shopping in my house. So I got some Basil Hayden dark rye. It's 80 proof, so it's a little light for me, but we'll make it work. And for the cigar this evening, I've got the Crown Heads 4 Kicks limited edition.
Nice.
This is a pretty good one. I guess my burn line is decent so far, so we'll keep going with that. So we'll let you know how things turn out as we go forward.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. We like to bring some of our positivity into this ever negative world of ours, man. It's the what's best in life, or the wibble that we call it. So, brother, what's best in life?
All right, so let's see. To start things off, let's see. I spent some time with my little one. So for those that don't know, we're recording these back to back. So, really not a lot since the last time. These will be 2 weeks apart, but they're really only 2 days apart. So, got the stuff to fix my tablet. Did not have time to do it. So next time I will let you know if it works out or not. Did get to hang out with my daughter today. So we hit the streets and we was out her first foray in the anime stores.
Nice.
And the how do I put this? The one disparity of quality of stores, and two, the realization of that we don't necessarily look like your stereotypical anime fan. So she had a lot of questions, and just a lot of questions on how like certain things work. Like, why is that one naked with her butt? Well, that's the kind of figures that people like. Okay, so we had to have some learning and explaining, but it was fun. She found some Black Clover stuff, so she's excited about that. She found a Pop Funko, and she found a Black Clover keychain, so she's excited about that. And I found Funko Pop, whatever you call them. I found another Black Panther one that came in a case with a comic, so it's like cool. I go to the anime store to find some Black Panther shit, so it's all good. Another one, and I almost bought them. They had like M'Baku, Okoye, Ramonda. I almost got. They were $5 a piece. I thought about it. Nakia, I was like, I thought about it, but I was like, yo, with the motorcycle, the Batman motorcycle, the Batman car, Batmobile, the Gundam, the new Black Panther. I was like, I'm gonna need another damn storage cabinet to store all that shit. So I decided to put my brakes a little bit. But we got to hang out. It was a good time. So we just been chilling. Just hanging out today, catching up on some more Baki. Baki is growing into one of those animes. You got to be careful who you watching it around, and make sure they can see it and not just hear what watching to get context, because yeah, they're gonna be questioning what you actually watching. They'll actually be questioning. Go back to the porn ban episode if you own some of that, and the Mississippi, the shit you gotta do to do that. But yes, because I was watching an episode and I text you and I was like, "What in the hell am I hearing right now?" But it's still entertaining because they play it so straight. It's fucking hilarious, and the action's good.
It's good body work.
And Yujiro is just like ridiculously strong. He's basically like Saitama or something like that.
Yeah.
But overall, that's about it, man. Getting closer to when my wife comes back, so looking forward to that time. Can't wait on her to come back. Yeah, that's about it, man. What about you?
Indeed, man. So like you said, back to back, ain't too much going on, man. Keontae's recovery is going pretty good. That's about it. He's getting better day by day. Actually called mom and them while they was up there in VA
Good.
for our mini family reunion or whatever you wanted to call it, because it's not like a full blown family reunion, but it's something like it. But I got to see Danielle and Jasmine and Uncle Sonny and Uncle Max, Auntie Fonda. Yeah, and that's it. Mama saying how she met a niece of our great granddad, so that was pretty dope. Talking to them, and then called Tanya and laughed at her because she wasn't enjoying herself. But I gotta.
Well, they leaving tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got a kick out of that one, man. And yeah, and I just relaxed today, man. I ain't do shit really, man.
Good.
Had some paperwork to fill out for some appointments I got coming up, some major big appointments coming up. So I got the packet. It's 4 different fucking packets of questionnaires I gotta fucking fill out. So I started working on that, man. We're just chilling, playing the fucking game, man, and just doing my thing. Janeke and Kevion was at the store all day, and Keontae was drugged up and chilling, and the dog was just doing the dog, and just real chilled ass fucking day, man. And that's
cool.
how
you need those.
That's how I do my Saturdays anyway, man. Saturdays is like my day to just fuck off, and then I start Sunday off with getting the house together, getting ready for work for the week, just some motivation, shit to start my work week, man. And yeah, that's what's best in life. Oh, and no episode this week of Men and the Warriors, guys. Just didn't feel like
it. Okay. I don't feel like that shit.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it this week.
Yeah.
Busy.
I guess yeah. I guess I'll update on MF and research. Since I hadn't talked about that in a couple episodes, since you mentioned it. Since you mentioned Men and the Warriors. We getting close to 250, 243.
Nice.
As of right now. So we're trying to get there, man. We're trying to get there. One day, all channels will be monetized, and that'll be a good day.
That'll be awesome. It's coming. And then I really feel like it.
All right, man. So I think I saw in the news, I don't know if it's real, but I saw that I guess Halle Berry's ex-husband is getting awarded spousal support. And you heard about a couple other cases in like celebrity things where they're looking for spousal support. There was a rumor that Keke Palmer, her baby daddy, was trying to get sole custody and get support and all that shit. But they said that wasn't necessarily confirmed. But you hear like people talk about it all on the internet shit. So, do you think that men should get spousal support?
All right. So there's a heads and tails to this one for me. On one side, you got the hell yeah, because you know what I'm saying, equal opportunity, all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I know people, the society frowns on it and all that other shit, but yeah, a man has every fucking right to get the spousal support, the child support, everything that a woman gets. They just make it a big deal for a fucking man, but at the same time, if that man is contributing emotionally and giving you that moral support to get you where you fucking are, and then shit doesn't fucking work out and y'all done went over that 10-year mark and he wants spousal support, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with that shit whatsoever. Now, on the other side of that, just me being me who I am personally, I don't feel like what's the word? How should I put this? I don't feel like if you're a man and you're on your grind, you should even have to even consider your ex paying you any fucking thing because you are a man. You are out there, you're grinding, you're doing what the fuck you supposed to do, like a man's supposed to fucking do. You shouldn't be sitting there saying, I want this handout from my woman and all this other stuff. But in the case of these fucking celebrities, I think they lame as fuck because they all on social media with they bands and they got this and they got diamonds around their neck and all this other fucking shit. But then your bitch ass is crying. You want some motherfucking spousal support because y'all ain't together no more and she going on to living her best life and shit like that. And you still want a piece of the motherfucking pie because you were used to this. Same thing with women do in some of these cases. You're used to this certain fucking lifestyle, so you're gonna try to hit them in their pockets because y'all ain't together no more. I personally think that shit lame as fuck to me. But yeah, all in all, just a regular, everyday, average Joe spousal support. Yeah, if you are in that situation where, like you mentioned it yesterday, I think if y'all built that shit together, and it should be a mutual thing that I get this, you get this, you get this, you get this. Court shouldn't be involved if y'all are on that fucking level. But if one person wants to be nasty, the other person's gonna be petty, and then it just turns into a whole bunch of bullshit. And usually it's the man who gets fucked over in these type of situations, i.e. fucking child support, which I just found out and I've been doing research on that they have declared child support unconstitutional, which is fucking awesome. I'm
Where did
still
you?
researching
So
that shit.
I was gonna say in last things, what's the context of that discussion? So let me know that because I mean they can say it, but it don't mean shit.
Yeah, like it's a Supreme Court law. I even went into detail with the law number and all that shit because I was like, I ain't just listening to no motherfucking TikTok. Let me go look. But it looked like it might be a legit thing because I think it violates the 14th Amendment. There's something about not getting due process and just getting slapped in the fucking face with child support makes it unconstitutional. So that's besides the point. But should men get spousal support? Honesty, yeah, sure. Why the fuck not? I don't see why they can't. If you're gonna get judged for it, fuck it, bro. Get your motherfucking money up, but don't be a lame ass and flex because you got this and got that when it's really your girl shit and then the shit don't work out. You try to take her fucking money too. That's just lame as fuck, man. Get some nuts about yourself. What about you, sir?
Oh, I was looking real quick. You know, I had to check real quick. So what I see real quick is first case lower court. So there's a little bit of something in there. So I'll say might not go anywhere, but neither here nor there.
Yeah, it's a work in
That's something I have
progress.
to look at later on. But so to and this is one of those situations where for me, I take gender out of this equation. I look at the dynamic of the household. Is
Okay.
what determines it for me. And like you were saying, as a man, if you're grinding and you shouldn't want it. There come situations depending on like the dynamic. Like, let's say for example, I'm gonna use my household for example. I am, I guess I could say, a retired tutor, so I've got like 20 years of math experience and all that shit, and teaching and tutoring and all that shit. And Kim gets like the bomb ass job, and she's like, "Hey, how do you feel about being a stay at home dad to teach the kids and homeschool because you have that skill set while I work and cover the bills?" And then let's say things don't work out, and I've put my career on hold for 5, 10, 15, however many years, um, while she's bringing in the money and I'm teaching the kids. And as a person who hires, one of the first things you look at is long gaps in unemployment. So in that particular case, in situations like that, regardless of gender, I think it makes sense to where the grind that you were doing was in support of the household and can be documented and proven, then by all means, hell yes. However, if you sit on your ass doing nothing, trying to mooch off the lifestyle, and you know they work, the woman's working, and you ain't doing shit, and you just living off their coattails. If they rich or they a celebrity or a high paying career or whatever, or just making more than you, and you like shit. I ain't gotta do nothing.
Lame as
You
fuck.
don't deserve, You're right. You are, and I mean on the other side of that too. I mean, like the whole, like, I don't. What is it, the trophy wife? Like, if I had a spouse where, um, you know, we have housekeepers, we have all this shit. So basically, she just sitting around chilling, going to get her nails done, hanging out, doing nothing. And I know the current Instagrams and TikToks and all that, they're gonna fight me. But if they doing nothing for the household, then hell no. I mean, but if you are doing things to the whole for the household to build the household up as a whole, like if you're a stay at home mom, run the check, no hesitation, run the check. But if you ain't doing shit, like are them cases where like the wife is the manager or whatever, and the pay comes directly out of the money that that person gets, run the check, man. And I think that's really where I think it boils down to, like, what are you doing? What were you doing in the household before, and can you quantify that? And if you ain't doing nothing for the household, and if part of the reason for leaving you is you ain't doing shit, kick rocks and try again. I mean, that's really where I see it.
I agree with that.
And I feel that way like with child support too. Um, if it's like joint custody, that should be taken into consideration in child support. Like you can't like tax a dude, especially a regular dude, child support, and they can barely make ends meet, and you expect them to like pay child support and then be like, yo, school is coming, they need all their shit. Christmas is coming, they need all their shit. Like you can't do both, and like they have to live. You have to at least let them have. I mean, we talk a lot in this country about livable wage. Not you, Google. We talk a lot in this country about having a livable wage, but if you looked at like the wage of an earner,
Not Google, it's the aliens, bro.
sorry everybody, I'm being tapped by my smart listening device that's out here. Um, so like I was saying, they talk a lot about a livable wage, but if you looked at like if you took a person's salary and then subtracted off the child support, are they still making a livable wage? Not necessarily that they got to be balling because of it, but can they actually live comfortably? And because that's another thing you have to look at too. They have to be able to support those kids, but they also have to be able to live. I mean, because if you get to the point where you just be like, fuck it, I'm a, you know, be a traveling performer or something. I don't know. Um, yeah. What what you gonna do then? You made it worse for all parties involved. So moral of the story is yes, I think they should under certain circumstances.
Indeed, indeed. And just a little side note on that child support part. Hanging up, fellas, because shit don't last forever, man. Father Time has been blessing me. I only got one more. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again for the cigar check in and on echoes and shit.
Yes, sir.
I ain't got nothing to do. So how's your smoke? How's your drink, bro?
I don't really have anything really unique to report. So this Basil Hayden is not giving me that spice from Mariah that I normally get that I don't like. I mean, it's okay. I mean, can ice with the alcohol is a different thing for me. One is cold, and two, it like makes the flavors change just a touch. So I mean, I guess it's kind of akin to like putting water in whiskey or whatever, but the flavors are different than the flavors I remember on it neat. So that's kind of fun to see, and maybe I won't turn my nose up at people putting ice. No, I will. If you put clear ice cubes like this or cylindrical ice cubes, spherical, not cylindrical, spherical ice cubes like that, I'm good. But if you got like, that refrigerator ice machine ice, I'm judging. So I think it's a good pairing so far. The cigar too is pretty good too. How about you?
Fucking cranberry. Nothing else to say there. The cigar is actually really, really good, man. It's a little potent for me. It's a little potent. I'm feeling pretty good right now. Yeah, good cigar. Like I said, these guys never disappoint.
Damn. Let's talk about how much cigar you got left, brother.
I've been smoking. Man, you know I smoke my damn cigars fast, man.
I mean, you do, but and that's not a small cigar either. Damn.
I be smoking. That's what I be doing. I be
Yeah.
smoking on the left. I be smoking on the right.
I'm gonna
I
send
be
you
smoking.
a what is it? An ogre cigar. What is it? Who makes them? Asylum makes the ogre.
Okay.
It's a 6x60. You can try that out, and I'm gonna laugh and watch Baki. Watch Son of Ogre. Watch Smoking an Ogre. Be
I'm
fun.
down. I'm down.
Be fun.
Sound like something to do on Thanksgiving.
Yep. So we'll let you guys know how the cigar finish off for us. Casey might be done before the end of the next topic, so we'll see.
Who knows? Que será, será?
So a couple weeks ago, I bought my first Gundam kit, my model kit. I may have mentioned it on here before, and I was all excited one night to get ready to put it together. I opened that box and I was like, "Oh shit! I did not do the research that I needed to do to know what I was getting myself into because you need tools to check." So I started looking at like what it all entails and the hobby, the rabbit holes, how deep people go in, how much money they spend on these things. And I got to thinking about like different hobbies and shit that people have. Like, I know you're a gamer and football are kind of your big things. But I was thinking about like for me, I don't have like those core things that's like I know Lamar is this. He this. So like cause even talking to Kim about it, she was like cigars. But I was like, what about like anime and motorcycles and EDC type stuff? And there's so much. Like but at the same time I find myself not like deep and passionate to like diehard hobbies. Like for you, like we were talking about it, how many thousands of dollars you spent on games. I mean, I can't necessarily say that for anything other than motorcycling, but that's just inherently an expensive thing to do. So I got to talking about hobbies and like how do you identify your hobbies? How do you, say that now I can't get into this hobby? Or how do you like establish new hobbies? Because I know you talked about maybe looking into some new hobbies. So and what also made me think about it is a guy that I know. He mentioned that he's getting ready to retire from the military, and he was asking a guy that I know about Legos and how good of that is a hobby. He was like, "Are you sure you ready for that? Because get your wallet ready." And I was like, "Damn, everything is like that." I mean, people are like passionate about journaling, rocket books, and it's crazy. Like everything. Like I got into fountain pens, whole fountain pen communities. Like check Reddit on any topic. Be careful. Google it first. Google the Reddit thread. Don't go to Reddit directly. You'll be scarred. I found that out looking for stock shit. Yeah. Mm-mm. So, what do you think, man? How do you establish your hobbies? How do you know there's your hobby, and how do you look for new ones?
Well, establishing a hobby is just something I want to do, something I'm into, something that brings me personal enjoyment. Yeah, you got work fulfillment, you got us as men fulfillment as being a husband, fulfillment of being a father and everything like that. But we have to have our own zone, our own space. So something that we can like decompress or whatever when you get home from a long day of work or something like that. And then for me, like you said, it's gaming. Like I like video gaming, not just I can't just play any kind of fucking game. I like games with fucking stories. I'm a real story guy, which leads me into reading. I like reading shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like fantasy adventure shits and stuff like that, man. And then I flip it. Music is a hobby. I enjoy fucking the hell out of some fucking music, new, old, rock. Starting to get into a little bit of country. They got this whole Viking rock movement going, and those songs are pretty fucking awesome. And it just varies on what I feel like doing that day. Because I'm a very, I want to say unique individual. Because I could be in like several different things. I could be a gangster 1 minute, talk to a motherfucker about Monopoly Gold 1 minute, and then talk to you about stocks and fucking politics the next fucking minute. I can go all over the fucking place, man. But to actually establish these hobbies, just I'm like, that's something I wouldn't mind doing. Fuck it, let me try it. Like there's so many things that I want to try when I'm finished with the military, hunting, doing more reading. Hell, I want to find like some kind of like some hand-to-hand martial arts shit that don't require me to use my lower half of my body. I know they got some. I just gotta fucking find it. But getting into some shit like that, because something like that would be fun for me. A hobby is meant to be enjoyable, to relieve your stress, and it helps people with their mental issues too. Having these hobbies to just take them away from the like when I play the game, it takes you away from reality for just that second. You're in your own fucking zone, and you create your character, you create your world, you do this, you do this, you just completely gone for a fucking second. And it's an amazing feeling when you have that hobby. And I'm pretty sure people who do like forging is something else I wish I could do, but that shit just like it's expensive as fuck just to goddamn start, man. I wouldn't mind fucking building knives and fucking shit like that, but when you have that hobby, you completely forget about, oh, this bill needs to be paid, or I was in this argument with my spouse, or I hate these motherfuckers at my job, or I almost fucking kicked the shit out the fucking dog. Shit like that. It makes you, what I'm saying, get away from all of that shit and focus on something that you actually enjoy. Especially in this time frame, people try to tell you what's fun. People try to tell you what you want to do, tell you how you should be, how society is now. If you don't fit in this certain box, then you're motherfucking wrong. But hobbies are meant to be something that you enjoy. People collect stamps. I know mama used to do like puzzles and shit like a motherfucker. I think she started doing it again for a little bit. Even and then hobbies sometimes turn into fucking businesses. Like Janeke, she like, crafts and shit like that. And it ended up turning into a business for her, something that she enjoys. And that's something else. Hobbies sometimes can turn into your career path. It's something that you enjoy doing. You won't mind going to work because your hobby turns into how you make a fucking living, which I think for people who have found that passion in their hobby to turn that shit into actual money and their career path is fucking amazing to me. Your hobbies is all about your passion. You gotta have passion for something. I can't really say I'm die hard passionate about anything I got a fucking hobby in, because sometimes I don't feel like playing a game. Sometimes I don't fucking watch football. Sometimes I don't feel like going to the fucking range. And that's another one. I love shooting. Sometimes I don't feel like fucking reading. But when you have that passion for it, that die hard hobby, you're gonna go rain or shine. You don't give a fuck. Like my people who hunt, that's what they're gonna do. They don't give a damn. Hey, buddy, it's deer season. We're going. It's rabbit season. We're going. It's duck season. We're going. Fuck it. We're gonna shoot some squirrels because we're in between seasons right now. Them motherfuckers right there, man. I admire them motherfuckers, man, for real. But with that being said, your hobby is your hobby. Whatever the fuck you like it, enjoy it. It's your fucking business. Have fun doing this shit. And if y'all got some real cool hobbies that, especially my retired military folks that y'all are into, put something in the fucking comments for your boy, because eventually I'm gonna be out of this army and I want to do some new cool shit that I won't require to use my knees. So how about you, bro? Same question, just your turn.
Wow, well, thank you, sir. So for me, I mean, it's interesting because like I have a whole bunch of things that interest me, and usually what happens for me is I'll learn about a topic and go way deep into researching like the topic, figuring out the avenues, figuring out how it works, figuring out who kind of the leaders in the space are and shit like that, and then I jump in, and then a lot of times it's jumping in with my card and my bank account. All right, y'all, we back. Sorry, y'all won't see it, but there was a little bit of an intermission, and have no idea where we left off whatsoever. So we're gonna show you what happened.
So what y'all doing?
Bro, the intro.
Oh my God. I was gonna call you after I called Kevin.
Oh, well, we here together, and you might just hear some foul language.
You got that right. We live with 34 minutes and 35, 37, 38, 39 damn seconds. Yes, sir.
That's right. We recording and shit.
But y'all in there cussing.
I mean, you can still ask those questions.
You can ask those questions, actually, Mom.
Cussing don't stop us from answering. You said this shit nice, right? This is a real baller, right?
Lamar.
I'm still recording, so I'm in.
It's doing this damn podcast.
So, Mom, what do you think?
Special guest. I want to be our special guest one night.
Do that damn shit is what you sold me.
I ain't said it. By the time I finish chopping y'all in the damn throat, y'all ain't gonna be able to swallow nothing.
But damn.
Yeah. So thanks for that accessory check-in. We'll see how those accessories are treating you later.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
You know damn well he ain't walking around nowhere.
She fit right on in, man. And she talking about that.
Yeah, right. She doing more cussing than we are.
I know.
You a lie. Don't nobody, Kevin, don't nobody do no more cussing than you.
I don't cuss at all, man.
So these were a few highlights from the call with our mama. So she called and we talked to her for a little bit and we were laughing and having a good time. So don't really know where we left off, but I do know one thing I want to talk about is certain hobbies like finding out when the hobby ain't for you. So like I
Hmm.
thought at one point in time, like I tried to get back into reading comic books, but it got to be annoying and it got to be expensive. And so after a while I just cut it. Maybe every now and then I might have the urge to pick up another comic here and there. I've got a couple digital ones that I haven't read, but I just kind of gave up on that. So I mean, I think for me, I think I'll get over my. I guess it's a feeling of not necessarily imposter syndrome, but kind of similar. Like you know how like so a lot of times I was talking to a woman anime fan that I know, and she was like, "Yo, like, because she has an anime decal on her car, people will be like quizzing her. They'd be like, "Oh, you have Kakashi on your car? So what episode did he first get his Sharingan?" I was like, "Well, damn, I don't ever get questions." But I said, I'm basically saying that I don't have that super deep. Oh, I mean, I learned a lot, but I have a lot of different things that pique my interest. So I think for me, I'm gonna continue finding those things that pique my interest. And like brother said, if y'all got anything in there that y'all recommend that we should get into, we like a variety of things. Hence, that's what we talk about, a variety of things. So we like to share that it's not just always gotta you see two brothers talking to each other. It's not always either about sports and it's not always about um, bashing women and what women ain't doing and shit like that. So we just like to have a good time, have fun, enjoy life, enjoy our families, and just chill. So let us know what y'all think. All right, everybody. Thought it'd be fun again to stick with the random thoughts again. We might have a few tonight, see where it goes. And we might not even just follow a set course of action. We might just see where the conversation goes. So first thing I was watching well, I didn't really watch it, but I listened to some of the highlights of the Republican primary debate.
Mhm.
And there's a one of the candidates, and he's been making the rounds. He was on the Breakfast Club. He did an interview with Coleon Noir. He's like making all the rounds trying to get his name out there. I can't say his name. He's I think a tech billionaire, millionaire. Can't think of his name, but he's young, and so they gave him the business for being young and unexperienced. But one of the things that he talked about in his approach, where he believed that basically you should like people should young people especially should be familiar with the rule a lot of the history and laws and the constitution and things of the country very detailed um, to the point that they should be able to pass the same kind of um, exams and things about citizenship that an immigrant would to become an American citizen. And he was saying you either do that or serve in like the Peace Corps or military and like for some time. So what do you think? Do you think that's a good idea or no?
Well, I was with it until he was like, if you don't pass it or don't take it, then you have to join the Peace Corps or the military. Now, he had me when I was like, okay, yeah, because a lot of those people that have to, do the little test for their citizenship, they know more about America than the most patriotic fucking pickup truck flag bearing fucking American out this bitch. They know more than they fucking do about the Constitution and the history of America and everything like that. Because they have to know it in order to be a part of this country. So the younger generation that's behind us, I mean, that it won't hurt them. I mean, because you think about the history classes and shit. Now they teach what they're told to teach, and it's just the bare minimum. They don't even scratch the fucking surface of American history or uh, government and everything like that. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of benefits to that, but the whole ultimatum thing, I don't fucking agree with that. Because I mean, Peace Corps, military, that's all volunteer basis. Because we are the country of the free, and we that's a choice. You volunteer to go to the military. You volunteer to go to Peace Corps here in America, and saying that you're trying to force it, that sounds like some goddamn dictator shit right there. I don't like that shit at all, really. Now that he said that, if he would have just cut it right there, like they should do this. You know what I'm saying? Just like you gotta take certain kids got to take certain classes in order to be able to get their learner's permit and their license. Now it's a whole class that Shania had to take in order to get her driver's license. I get shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you want to join the military, if you want to join the Peace Corps, things like that, that should be a criteria in high school that you take those same kind of tests that people take in order to get citizenship. I agree with some shit like that, but an ultimatum, hell no.
Yeah, I'm with you. So for me, when you look at like certain studies, statistically, from what I gather, younger people in that younger demographic coming up, like that'll be able to vote, like so about 16 now, 16 to 20 now. Those younger demographics, they're leaning more liberal. So one side of that, when you think about that, that's an easy way with a smile and a patriotic stamp to make it seem like you're really about, you know, the betterment of things, which is what he talks about a lot. But to me, it sounds like a little bit of voter suppression with a smile. I mean, knowing different, you know, voter suppression tactics. Because he was also saying, and I don't think I mentioned that you couldn't vote, and you basically earn your right to vote, basically. And I don't think so. I mean, I think just like you shouldn't have to earn your right to own a firearm. You shouldn't have to own your right, any other rights that are in the Constitution that people have in they background and shit like that. And I mean, I feel like that's where that's going. I also feel like, just like people in the gun control debate, you identify a problem that there is some merit to the discussion, but I feel like the solution is half-assed and not really genuine a lot of times. Because yes, there is a problem, and you touched on it. It's a shortcoming of the school system and what the school system is designed to do, and it's not a fault of the teachers or anything. It's a fault of how the curriculum is designed, how those tests are designed, and how the reward system is designed, and how that money is designed. And if you had a better, more structured education system, more supportive education system for the teachers, you could bake that in, and they would have the capacity and the bandwidth, and you would have teachers capable of teaching that, instead of saying, "Oh, if they don't do this, they can't vote, and they can't do this." I mean, it's really, I don't like that. I mean, and I think if you are a person that's like, you shouldn't be able to tell me if I can own a firearm or any other right that you shouldn't be able to tell me because it's my right. You shouldn't be able to tell me that I can't vote once I reach a certain age. When the age is decided, I mean, leave it alone. I mean, again, if you are able to fight for this country at 18, you should be able to have a say so in the laws and the people that represent you in this country. I mean, that's what I think about that.
Yeah. And then just caveat at the end of that, you can actually fight for the country at 17 with your parents' permission. So you should definitely be able to do what you do as a patriot, as an American in this country, without any kind of bullshit stipulation like he's trying to put out there. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a couple other things too. I mean, and it's
He's
just
gonna win anyway.
I don't think so. No, we know who's gonna win. Hot boy Trump gonna make that.
You already know. But y'all be on the lookout. The Fowler and Fowler 2028 presidential election.
I ain't running for shit.
I'm the VP.
I ain't running for shit. I ain't running for shit.
I remember you wanted to be president.
I do too, till I really, really got a feel for what it entails and all the bullshit you got to deal with.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
I mean, and how to, if you really want to enact change, how to really do it. And I don't necessarily feel that's the best way.
Yeah. He that's some bullshit. That shit to me is kind of like one of those dudes come up with a weak ass song and the people are around like, hell yeah, that shit fire, that shit fire. He had somebody around him like, yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. No, the fuck it's not. I get where you were trying to go with it, but you kind of went left, all the way left.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So next thing I want to talk about a little bit. I don't know if we talked about it. We talked about Hawaii a little bit. How do you feel about like, is the fires and all the shit that happened in Hawaii that basically destroyed Maui and all that? People calling, trying to buy that land for pennies on the dollar, man. How you feel about that?
Colonizers being fucking colonizers. So, I mean, call a fucking spade, man. That's fucking ridiculous, man. You trying to fucking benefit off of these people's fucking misfortune. I mean, can you imagine how much actual Hawaiian heritage and you know what I'm saying, historical shit that got burnt the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So many family oriented shits that can never be fucking recovered again, and you just trying to buy it because it's cheap and it's burnt the fuck down, man. Fuck you
Trying
and
to
your
put a resort on that shit.
like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, they done already had their fucking land stolen from them to become fucking part of the United States in the first fucking place. Leave them the fuck alone, goddamn it. They still looking for their goddamn cats and dogs and shit. You punk motherfuckers just trying to buy their goddamn land. You punk motherfuckers. Oh man, that shit just made me mad.
Yes, sir. I thought you'd be mad about that.
Yeah, that's some
I
bullshit.
feel the same way, and I knew it was coming, man. I knew it was coming. I mean, because people always, I don't remember who said the quote, but don't waste a good tragedy is what they said. Always be ready to take advantage of a good tragedy.
It's fucking ridiculous.
It is, man. It's always something.
Let them fucking rebuild.
Yeah, man.
And hell, ain't never mind. I can't touch that. Y'all wait. Y'all give them about a year. I can touch it then. But just the aid that they getting, it's fucking ridiculous.
So, you talking about the $700?
Mm-hmm.
So, I did a little more research into that.
Okay.
And again, it's one of those things that we talked about. You got to do your research on certain things because the part that they tell you is not always the part that's going to happen, or it's not the full story. Because that part, if you see the headline and that's all you see, you're like, these people were devastated, and are you going to get them to $700? That's like $700. Like it's almost akin to like if you've ever had your luggage lost, and you're on a trip on a flight, and the airline gives you a check to get like some clothes and essentials for a few days just to get you by. That's what that really is. That's what it's really designed for. So it's not the totality of what they get. It's like the initial. So FEMA is there, and FEMA is getting them. And another thing, just like the story where they talked about like FEMA right now, they were like, oh, these people are ravaged, but FEMA is there staying at like this fancy resort that's like $1,000 a night. Again, that sounds real shitty when you hear it, just the headline. But what's actually going on, that's usually what they do because you have a squad of people coming and you need a large place to house these people. And what they do is they call in and be like, yo, we coming. We need to negotiate this rate. We are not giving y'all the rate that y'all usually charge. We need a significantly discounted rate. So, I mean, it's almost, I don't know what the government per diem is in Hawaii, but it's closer along those lines. I mean, it's just like if you've ever stayed on official travel in like a nice ass hotel, you're like, damn, I wouldn't be paying for this shit on my own, but I'm shout out to the government rate on this. It's kind of that. And so that's where like the optics of things are really bad, and especially in the world of like TikTok and headline news. And the other thing that bothers me too is a lot of these like news websites and shit, like they'll have an interesting article, but in order to read the article and get more information, there's a paywall. And it's like, well, shit, you want people to be uninformed because you got to pay $10 a month to get the access to this news, to get this information. So it kind of breeds situations where you only gonna get the headline of the story, and that's all you're gonna get, and you run with that, and you get pissed off, but you don't know the full story. So they're helping, and they're trying to help you get home, and it's gonna take time, but there's levels and there's phases to that aid that they provide. I mean, FEMA is actually, I mean, whether you say whatever, they're relatively, I won't say efficient, but they're somewhat what they do. I know somebody that works for FEMA. And
they do their best, and I'm sure it's a lot of fucking red tape, just like anybody who works on the inside of any type of government entity that we have. There's always going to be a lot of fucking red tape before you can actually get down.
It is, but they have a lot more leeway than one would think. So it's not. There is some bureaucracy, but it's a little better. And I'm not trying to like cape for anybody because you know where I stand politically, but I vote libertarian 90% of the time. But I tend to look at a little more in detail versus what people are telling me to get pissed off on. So a lot of times when there's an article to tell somebody,
all right, it's the final check-in, ladies and gentlemen. Brother, how was your smoke? How was your drink?
Good pairing. I still don't think I'll get another one of these Basil Haydens, but it's not bad. I mean, if somebody offered me some Basil Hayden, I would take it. It's definitely a decent little drink. The cigar, Four Kicks, is pretty good. Good cigar. I mean, I usually like Crown Heads. I like the Four Kicks. I've had the Four Kicks before. I don't think I've had the limited edition before, but it's a good little flavor. I'd like to smoke this one and the regular back to back to see how they compare. But good pairing. How about you?
Vodka and cranberries, vodka and cranberry. Um, the Romeo and Julieta. I don't even. Am I saying that shit right? Before I continue.
I mean, that's what I used to say, but I hear most reviewers say Julieta.
All right. Well, we're gonna say Julieta. Fuck it, Julieta. God damn it. It's it was a good cigar, man. I really enjoyed that one. It was a good podcast cigar. Went real good with the vodka and everything like that. It burned pretty good. It really didn't go out like that until we had our special guest. But
Yeah,
good cigar.
right. Mine too.
Good cigar. I would definitely smoke some more of those. But Romeo Y Julieta never has never disappointed me since regard. Even if I get one from like the shop in on post, it's always been a really.
All right, man. You got anything for the people before we wrap up?
Just thank you to our unexpected and special guests that popped in, man. I hope y'all enjoyed that little clip as much as we enjoyed the full conversation, and hopefully y'all can put some in the comments and persuade Mom Dukes to go ahead and be on the episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, put in the comments, Mom join the episode, so let us know.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, all I got usual stuff. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Smoke good drinks. Smoke good cigars. Drink good drinks. Check out some of the other videos that are popping up on the screen. We'll see you guys in a week or so. And we out. Episode 104 in the books.
Yes, sir. Ashe.